Good morning, believers. Good morning, Israel. It's your brother, J.D. Niger, Word of Truth channel. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. It's a good place if you want to learn the Bible. Heavenly Father, bless the message. Bless my brothers and sisters who are here today listening. Give them knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who you are. We love you, we honor you, we praise you, we bow before you, we understand you are the ultimate judge. Amen. You're welcome. So, thank God for Richard Joyce. This knucklehead gives me something to do. He gives me ideas for lessons. So today he was in Ecclesiastes. He was in Ecclesiastes 11. Ecclesiastes. Try it, bro. He don't listen. He thinks he knows the Bible, so I doubt if he even listens to the pastor when he goes to church. He probably knows it all, right? So today, let's get the verse. I don't want to get stuck in Ecclesiastes 11. But I want to get the verse. He was talking about judgment, and obviously he doesn't know the Bible because he doesn't know how judgment works. He doesn't know how judgment works. I'm going to explain to you what I know about judgment, or what the Bible says. I don't really know everything about judgment, but I know quite a few things. Ecclesiastes 11:5. As you knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so you knowest not the works of God who makes all. So somehow that verse, obviously he doesn't know. He knows nothing about the way God works. See, that's what we try to do. That's what the Bible's designed to do. It's designed to lead you around by the nose with a hook in your nose. You get led around the Bible like a slave, like a servant. And if you can learn to move around the Bible in the correct way, understand themes, concepts, analogies, you basically have to have a little bit of literary knowledge. You can't, being a 6th grade dropout, having a 6th or 8th grade reading level is going to leave you like Richard Joyce, really simple-minded anyhow. So he was talking about judgment. That has nothing to do with judgment. That verse is saying a lot of the things God does we don't understand. Not just judgment. We don't know how he makes things. We don't know why he destroys things, why he made it the way he made it, why he made us the way he made us. He made me this way for a reason, and my goal is to figure out why am I this way? What's the point? So anyway, judgment. Judgment. In Ecclesiastes, doesn't that sound stupid? In Ecclesiastes, whatever he says. I can't even say it. It sounds so stupid. This is a key verse to understand judgment. Judgment takes place on the earth. Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. This is Solomon. This is Jesus in the regeneration. This is the son of David. This is the wisest man in the world. So the trick is to understand who's speaking. Jesus himself, when he was Solomon, son of David, the one who built the temple and brought the Gentiles in through having all those heathen wives and concubines. This is the wisest man in the world. There's never been another one like Solomon, because Solomon is Jesus. So you figure out who's speaking. The man is speaking here. The man, the one who addresses assembly. Ecclesiastes, the word, one who addresses the assembly, thus preacher or teacher. What they call Jesus, Rabboni, master. He's the master teacher. This is the master teacher. So when Solomon tells you, moreover, and by the way, I saw where judgment takes place. I know where judgment takes place because I'm the wisest man in the world. Let me tell you where judgment takes place. It takes place under the sun. So there you go. If you can remember, judgment takes place on earth, the Bible will open up for you because you're breaking the code. This is a code-breaking verse right here. Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So on the earth, we have righteousness, we have good and evil. That's why when Adam and Eve ate from the tree, they got put here because their eyes were opened. So our eyes are supposed to be open to good and evil. So Richard Joyce's eyes aren't open to his own. He doesn't know his ass from his left foot. He's so damn prideful and ignorant. So anyway, this is our jumping off point. Judgment. Judgment takes place on the earth. So there's a few scriptures. We're going to look at them. And I'm going to show you how these things fit together. So who judges us on the earth? For one, we judge each other. Let me get Matthew. There's a bunch of scriptures on judgment. And they all give you an idea of how judgment takes place among heathens, among believers, among God and you. So I just pulled up a few, and we'll talk about judgment takes place on the earth. That's why everyone's pointing fingers all the time. That's why we have these idiots like Richard Joyce going, better stop sinning. He's trying to judge you, and he's somewhat humble. He says, I'm an asshole, and it's like, yeah, we know that, but you're also stupid, dude. You're a dumb asshole. He doesn't have a lot. I don't know exactly what he has. He has enough fear that he doesn't do anything. But anyhow, let me keep moving. I don't want to start bragging on the poor man. I'm grateful that he's here because he makes me think. I'm like, wow, how fucked up can a person be? Pretty fucked up. And not that I'm judging him. It's just, I don't know if anyone's getting anything out of what he's doing. I don't know. He's basically leading people astray because he says, I don't know what judgment is. I don't know why God does what he does. The wind blows where it goes, and we don't know. We don't know how God does it, but we can know some things about judgment. And he shouldn't have brought up judgment because judgment is at the most simple level. Judgment is the main issue on the earth. Everything you do is being tested by either An angelic being like myself might be testing you. Another heathen might be testing you. Another man, a heathen, a judge, a police officer, someone in the street. Someone's always looking at you. And I'm sure a lot of you went through this as a young person. There comes a time when you're about, I don't know, 18 to 24, where you're judging everything. Look at that fucking car. Oh, look at her shoes. Dude, look at that guy's nose. Anything you can point a finger at, you're pointing a finger at. I remember that now. I'm like, God, I remember when I still do. I look at shit. Just so happens, right when I say that, some woman's walking by with the weirdest gait. I'm like, okay. I was like, you should see this woman walk. It's easy to judge. It's easy to judge, but the Lord really doesn't want us to be picking people apart. But man, you see some funny things. You're like, I'm thinking to myself right now, I wonder why she walks like that. Is there something wrong with her body? Or anyway, Matthew 7:1, sorry. Judging and being judged. This is where we'll start. Judge not that you be not judged. So, does that necessarily mean you're not pointing out things that you see? Man, she has a weird walk. I'm not judging her. I'm just saying, to me, that's a strange walk. If you've seen it, you would probably say, that is kind of a strange walk. And it's not that we're judging her. That's just the way she walks. Judging is when you try and condemn somebody for what they've done. A lot of judging involves false witnessing. You're judging someone for something they didn't even do. You just want them to be in trouble. Like, it's happened to me, and it's happening to me right now. A woman is trying to get me in trouble for something I didn't do. She's judging me for something I didn't even do, and she has the courts trying to judge me for something I didn't do. That's what Jesus is talking about. This is red letter. Jesus saying, judge not lest you be judged. Don't try and correct someone who doesn't need correcting. When you judge, when you're a righteous judge, an honest judge, a true judge, Jesus Christ judges you with justice. When he's judging you, that's when you listen, because he's giving you the truth. You need to listen to him because he's the ultimate judge. But the problem we have on earth is we're all judging each other. And we're not doing a very good job of it because we're not Jesus. And see, if Richard Joyce had any brain, he would have moved to that point. Instead of, I don't know what judgment is, I don't know how it works. Dude, just use your own life. Do you want someone to judge you? Do you want me to judge you, Richard Joyce? Then listen. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to give you righteous judgment. I'm trying to tell you, Ecclesiastes, that's not how you say it. I'm correcting you. I'm not judging you. I'm saying you're stupid for not trying to be better. Richard Joyce, you need to be better. He won't be better. I'm competitive. I want to be better. I compete with myself. I don't want to judge people. So as my life's gone on, I've seen drug addicts. I've ran with drug addicts. I've ran with alcoholics. I've ran with thieves. I've seen it all. I've seen some fucking really sweet drug addicts. I've seen some really honest fucking drug dealers, criminals. Just because you're a criminal doesn't mean that you don't have honor. There's a lot of criminals that have a code of conduct that you can trust because they know the code. You understand what I'm saying? That you can trust them not to give you up. I learned how to run with dangerous people. How do you run with dangerous people? You watch your shit. You watch where you step. You watch what you say. You watch what you do. You judge yourself. I better be careful. This is dangerous. I'm with dangerous people. You assess the situation. Judge not, lest you be judged. For what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with what measure you met out, it shall be measured to you again. So, this woman that's judging me, she's creating a situation where, like the boy that cried wolf, there's a wolf in the house, there's a wolf down the street, there's a wolf down the street, and was like, fuck, run, there's a wolf. And then when everyone finds out, this is a good example, this is a good analogy. When everyone finds out he was just bullshitting, now they don't trust the little fucker. And here comes the wolf down the street one day, and he's all, oh fuck, there's really a wolf. Hey, there's really a wolf, there's a wolf, run, there's really a wolf. And everyone's all like, yeah, fuck you, little fucking prick. Next thing you know, the wolf grabs somebody and eats them up, and it's all because this little fucker was lying. He was judging their fear on something that wasn't there, and then when it was there, they didn't believe him. So you don't want to judge people for something they're not doing. A lot of people I've in Huntington Beach, we have a lot. At one point, we had a lot of homeless people. They cleaned it up pretty good. They've done an amazing job of cleaning up downtown from homeless people. But I would see these homeless people. Some of my friends became homeless, and some of them are really nasty, tricky, sly little fuckers. And some of them were just people that had enough and they hit the streets. Some of them were on drugs, this and that. But the point I'm trying to make about that is you can't always judge a homeless person. They're lazy. You know, people say, oh, they're lazy. They deserve it. You don't know what happened to them. So I've learned about judging people, and I've learned about judging because I've been judged by people that had no right judging me. So anyway, the mote in the eye thing, pull the mote out of your own eye, Richard Joyce, before you start judging people. You can't teach the Bible, bro. You don't have it. There's another one in Matthew here. Matthew 12. Judge not, lest you be judged. So what's going to happen to this woman that that's trying to get me in trouble for something I didn't do. It's going to turn around on her someday, and someone's going to falsely accuse her of something. That's the way judgment works. Judge not, lest you be judged. She's gonna reap what she sowed. And that's why I don't judge her. That's God's job. You see what I'm saying? I feel sorry for her because she's that wicked. She's that wrong about people. She hates people that much that she wants to hurt them for no reason. I didn't try and do anything to her. My friend backed into her car and I said, I'll pay. It was our fault. I wasn't even driving, but it was my truck. And she didn't want to exchange information. I told her, I'm going to leave if you don't want to exchange information. She wouldn't do it, so I left. She ran in front of my truck, and I drove around her, and then next thing I know, 3 days later, they chased me down at the park and arrested me for assault with a deadly weapon and leaving the scene of an accident. I didn't do either one. I left because she didn't want me to fix her car. Fuck it. If you don't want me to fix your car, fine. It was my fault. Bye. That's the only obligation I had to her. So now I've been running through the court system, and the beginning of my trial, they're trying to put me on trial for something I didn't do. Is going to be 1 year of this bullshit because of this woman. Very strange world. Judgment. Judgment takes place on the earth. We all judge each other. And there's people that are very wicked. And there's people that are very sweet and very accommodating and very generous and kind and understanding. And then there's people that don't care. And the Lord runs you into these people. There's some things that I did to deserve that. Listen, in my past life, I must have done things like that. I must have twisted the truth to get someone else in trouble. And that's what has happened to me many times. People have lied against me. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Part of it has to do with the Lord going, I'm going to send these demons against you so that you can learn not to do that, not to do what she did to me. It's not about her, it's about me. Her judging me is about me. Why is this happening to me? Why'd she do that? You know why? Because somewhere in my past, I did that to someone else. What comes around goes around. You reap what you sow. Somewhere, I haven't been that way in this life. I'm not a liar. I'm not an accuser. I'll point out things. I'll accuse Richard Joyce of being stupid because from what I can tell, he's stupid. He won't listen. Anyway, Matthew 12:41. Sorry, telling you all these stories, but for as Jonah was in the whale for 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the fish, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh, I'm not going to go into that because it's 3 days and 3 nights. There's a deeper meaning there, but I haven't completely sussed it out. I have some theories on that. The men of Nineveh, verse 41, shall in judgment with this generation, the men of Nineveh shall arise in judgment with this generation. They will rise in judgment with this generation and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonah. And behold, a greater than Jonah is here. What did they do? They're going to regenerate. They're going to rise up with this generation, and they're going to judge people because they repented, and they see a lot of people that aren't repenting. Richard Joyce isn't gonna go, man, maybe I should listen to that Jeff Deloach guy. I might learn something. He doesn't even want to learn how to not sound like an idiot and pronounce Ecclesiastes right. He just wants to go on saying Ecclesiastes like a moron. That's inability to correct. Judgment is about course correction. The men of Nineveh will rise up and are going to judge this generation for not course correcting, changing their mind. You understand? I'll be back. I got a couple more things to say about judgment. I barely hit on the main themes, but I'll be back. I love you guys. I'm out.